Thousands of mine workers will be marching to the banks to protest bank account closure by the four major banks in the country. The mining communities are expected to come out in large numbers and raise their concerns about their future if the banks do not open the company's bank accounts. The locations where the protest march will take place are as follows: Hartbeesfontein in the northwest, Klerksdorp, Dalmas, Hendrina and Middelburg. The mining communities say the banks cannot let the ordinary workers of the mine and their families suffer because of their own political agenda.
Has one of their mines here, which is called the Braakfontein mine. And that mine, Maschaba, employs just over 400 people. But the demands are very clear here. One is that we are converging here as community members and as the workers of that mine. For amongst other reasons, one, because on the end of this month, when the last bank is to shut down the accounts of Shiva, we are obviously going to have over 400 people unemployed. But over and above, we are going to have their families and extended families who are unemployed. But also you have community members who are benefiting, small SMMEs who are benefiting in that mine. Our request is very simple, and our demands to the bank is that we will be giving you a period of 7 days, so that if you are not considering the plight of these workers and the plight of these communities, we are not the Guptas. It should not be a sin that the people who are working there are working for the Guptas. The Guptas, in any case, they've indicated that they are selling anyway. So what is the whole agenda? Why could the banks, at least Maschaba, wait for the transfer process to happen? So where we are sitting, we are saying the banks should consider that they must ensure that the jobs of the workers are not lost.
Now, Island 7 reporter Nomusa Pungula joins us live from Hartbeesfontein. Nomusa, good morning to you. What exactly is the plan going forward in today's march, specifically where you are?
Good morning, Nomfundo. I'm at Hartbeesfontein, where the march was set to start at 9 a.m. But there seems to be delays, Nomfundo, as we are outside the branch where they are set to be marching to. However, speaking to one of the organizers earlier on, he mentioned that we should expect at least 300 miners who are going to be marching to this particular branch. Some of the demands that they have are that they want the banks to take full responsibility of some of the projects that Oak Bay has already initiated should Oak Bay close shops. They also want the banks to make sure that they reopen Oak Bay's accounts so that they are able to receive their salaries, because at the end of the day they've got families to take care of. I can mention that Mfundo, this is a very small town of which it does not have many employment opportunities, and you can understand that mining is one of those sorts of employments. So should this be a challenge to them, or should Oak Bay not succeed in the reopening of their bank accounts and is forced to close shops, it will have a huge impact in the community of this particular area. But most importantly, Nomfundo, is that this particular area, as I have said, that it is a very small town. As you can see, it's very windy, and we understand that these people will sacrifice the cold and come to this march to raise their grievances with the bank, with the hope that they will listen to their plea and engage them and act on what they request the bank to do. But also the organizer mentioned that most of these people that are employed in this mine are very young people who need this opportunity. As we understand, the high unemployment rate in our country has a huge impact in the young people of this country. So you can understand, Nomfundo, that should things not go well, or should things not go positively for the miners or for any other Oak Bay employee, things will not be as life as normal in the long run, Nomfundo, because these people are dependent on these jobs that they have been provided for by the Oak Bay Group company. And we understand that Shiva Mine, and also Shiva Mine, which is the mine that is close to this area, it is just 8 kilometers away from the bank. So even the bank itself is dependent dependent on those people to come and open accounts here, and they need their business. So now if those people move, or those people can't now carry on doing business with the banks, where will the bank get businesses from? Because these are the same people that are supporting the bank with the businesses that they are giving them through opening their accounts and through saving their money with this particular bank, Nomfundo.
Thank you very much, Nomusa. We'd just like for you to stay on the line. We're now joined by 8 and 7 reporter Masichaba Dlamini, who joins us from Delmas. Masichaba, we spoke a bit earlier. The miners, they assembled quite early, but what is perhaps the route going forward? Are they going to start at ABSA and move on to the other 3? How will they be assembling and marching going forward?
Greetings to you, Mfundo, and to our viewer. Correct, when we spoke earlier on, the marchers were just assembling and just gathering themselves in their numbers. If you can see behind me, they're already outside the doors of ABSA here in Delmas, and they're saying that they want to hand over a list of their demands as to serve as a memorandum to the bank. But currently the bank has its doors closed, so they're not letting the miners just speak to them freely. They said that they called the police and they will start interacting with the miners and their leadership once police gets here. And that is kind of bothering to me, because these miners have been nothing besides peaceful when they came here. Everything has been in orderly. They are not closing any roads. They are on the side of the road. So they're not showing any signs of them being violent or anything getting out of hand. However, ABSA has demanded that they will talk to them once there are police here. We did spot 2 or 3 police vans passing by, but they seemed like they didn't even know what was going on, because they were asking us what exactly is happening at the bank. So maybe we will see another police presence here that is just to facilitate the handing over of demands and the handing over of memorandums from the different miners and community members that are here, which is a number just below 100. And we are expecting to see over 200 people here, but we do see that most people are starting to come through for this. And basically the people we spoke to, some of the people that are here picketing, are saying that these mines fulfill their livelihoods. So if ever they had to lose their jobs, this could have a very big dent into their families, knowing that sometimes in a family there's one person who's working. So this could have a huge impact. And behind me, they are at the moment being briefed by their leadership as to the way forward, what their demands are, why these demands are set in the way that they said. So just after we speak to you here, we'll just hear from the leadership what exactly they were briefing on and what is the message they were giving to the miners and to everybody that's here today, and how that message was received, Mfundo.
Thank you very much. That is Masichaba Dlamini out in Delmas, out there where the other miners have assembled. We now just go back to Nomusa Pungula. Nomusa, just for you to touch on, if you've spoken to some of the miners personally here, I know they've confined themselves to just wanting their salaries, but do they acknowledge the broader problem here, that there's been a conversation around the employer, so to say, the Gupta family? What is their relationship or understanding of the crisis that involves the Gupta family? Are they saying anything, or just confining themselves to, we just want our salaries, we're not the Guptas?
Well, Nomfundo, they are confining themselves on the issue that they are just mere employees. What they need access to their salaries. And the only way for that to happen is for the banks to reopen the Oak Bay accounts. Other than that, there is no way that they can be paid, or there is no other means for them to be paid. But also to mention, Nomfundo, is that we took time to drive around this very small town, and we could only see this branch only and one Netbank ATM, which gives you an idea, Nomfundo, that this is the only bank that needs to support these people with their services of making sure that they have access to their money. So if this same bank does not open the account or does not reopen the account, it will have a huge implications not only on them but also on the branch itself, because you cannot have a branch that does not have any deposits coming to it. At the end of the day, it will also collapse. So basically what they are saying is that this is a win-win situation. We want you to open the Oak Bay's account, and then we will continue giving you our business, which is to save our money with you. But also, Nomfundo, what is important is that, as I said, that this is a very small town. We are seeing quite a few people around the streets, which shows you that not many people are staying in this particular area, which also gives you an indication that these people that are saying are dependent on this bank, it is truly a reflection of how many people are here and how much impact the closing of the accounts would have on their livelihoods. But also, Nomfundo, the fact that the same particular branch is not far from their place of work, which is the mine. So where are these people supposed to go to if this particular bank is not assisting them in terms of making sure that they have accounts that are working, or particularly they have their salaries that are coming in every month? And you understand, Nomfundo, that lives are very complicated without bank accounts, as nowadays everything revolves around transfers of money through bank accounts. So as this particular mining town, you will understand that even other big shops, or like big shopping centers, they are too far from them. They are also dependent on these very small shops that are here. So basically, this is a community that is saying that we stay together, we live together, we should be able to assist each other in making sure that our lives, they carry on accordingly, our lives go smoothly as we move forward, Nomfundo.
Thank you very much. That is Nomusa Pungula, who's out at the Hartbeesfontein area, where there's the miners there protesting, demanding that the Big Four banks open the Oak Bay Group accounts for them to continue to receive their salaries.